Hello! All right, so we are back for video number 2 where I am going to show you all of the sewing tricks, accessories, tools that I didn't know existed. When I first started, I had no clue about, well, any of them actually. And had I known what my options were, I could have saved myself a ton of headaches. So I have them all stacked right here, just slightly off camera, and I'm going to show you my favorite things. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's at least 10 items. So let's get started. Are you ready? So go ahead and grab your coffee, your tea, your soda, whatever you would like to enjoy. Sit back and relax. Again, these will be noted on our blog, sewmuchcharm.com. Look for the latest blog post. We'll have it pinned to the top all week long during the Rebecca Page Quilting Summit. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be a total blast. So don't forget, we also have a giveaway going on. So you're going to want to make sure that you follow that blog post and make a comment about what your favorite tip or trick was. Okay? Ready? Here we go. First things first. Wool mats. Are they really worth it? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. As opposed to always having to pull out your ironing board, where I can literally put this on the table beside my machine and iron, and then I can have my cutting mat on the other side. I usually have my ironing mat here, my machine, and then my cutting mat so that I can cut because I'm right-handed. So I have a very small ironing mat. It's 18 by 11, 18 by 11 right there. And this has proven to be the perfect size. And this is just a wool mat that I actually received as a gift from my mom, and it's been amazing. So if you find a wool mat, it's 100% wool. It doesn't have to be at your local quilt shop. I have seen these in other businesses like the hardware store, or I've even seen wool blankets that are this thick. Let's see, how thick is that? It's about a 1/2 inch thick. So I've even seen wool blankets at a horse store, like an equine shop, where they were taking them and then cutting them up to make wool mats. So for sewing. Genius. So this is something that, yes, if you would like to make your life easier, I have a very small sewing machine, a Singer 221, also known as the Singer Featherweight. I like to sew with vintage machines. I have a purple Kenmore back there that is also vintage, model 158. So I tend to like the older, smaller machines. And this works great because if I ever want to go onto a retreat or anything, I can throw this into my gear, my Toto bag, my plastic tub, and I'm good to go. So a wool mat is perfect for ironing. So that's one tip. Another tip is, this is my very first rotating cutting mat. Yes, it does come off on purpose. See, it's got the little holes that matches, and you just line it up. There are many brands that have this. I have seen round ones, but I don't make round blocks. I make square blocks. So, or round pieces to put into the quilt. So I actually received a round one as a gift, and I have found that the square one has been more efficient for my sewing and quilting style. So that may be something you're going to want to consider when you're looking at tools to fit your needs. Would a square shaped cutting mat, a large rectangular one, maybe you don't want to go and travel to retreats or go to sewing bees, you just want something for home, you may want a very large cutting mat for your cutting table. Or you may want a round one, and just for whatever style you want. This is one that I got in 2015. 2015. It's a Fiskars brand. It was the only one that I could find at the time, and I found it on Amazon. And so again, Prime was wonderful. You know, whenever you have a quilting emergency, next day can be good. But if you're local to the Hockley area in Texas, I can deliver. I have some things that are available in my shop that are good for delivery. But this was amazing for me. This is still my favorite cutting mat, especially when I go to Sewing Bees. We do host a featherweight club in Tomball, Texas. So we have a private Facebook group for that. And when we go to the featherweight club for our sew-alongs, we sew together once a month. Or if we go to the Guild Sewing Bee, this comes with me, my wool mat comes with me, and I have a sewing box, and then I also have a rubber tub to fit everything that fits all the way down, completely covered, and I can put it in the back of my truck and we're good to go. I have a bed cover. So that's number 2. Number 3, don't be afraid to buy extra lighting. This is one that, yeah, it doesn't look like much, but this is actually a super bright LED, super flexible. I can even bend this down and around however I want. My girlfriend Sue found this at a big box store and said, oh my God, this is amazing. I don't know if you can see that, but it also has a USB port. So I can plug this in if my sewing table only has one plug, and then plug in my phone to charge as well. So additional lighting is key and really does actually help your eyes. So if you get a chance to get another little light, keep it just with your sewing machine, keep it just with your sewing gear, and you will thank me later. My eyes, I need the light. And I'm sure that you do too. It helps also to line up your pieces of fabric when you can see them better. So don't be afraid to go ahead and buy another light. This one was literally like $20 and it's dimmable. It does get really, really bright. It is an LED. And this is what's on the thing right there. It's, I don't even know what brand it is. Intertech. Anyway. My girlfriend got it. I saw it. I loved it. I got myself one, and this is a great little light. So extra lighting is always helpful because the lights on your machine don't always, they're not always bright enough. And then you don't necessarily want to attach or glue another light band on it because what if it goes out? What if the wire breaks? Something could happen. And then you have to pull that off. And then your machine has maybe a damaged appearance and you're not going to be, you may not like that. I don't like that. So that's number 3. Okay. Number 4 is a rotary cutter. Sorry about that. Is a rotary cutter. This is not just any rotary cutter, but the blade itself is what's called an endurance blade. Endurance. I cut a lot of fabric in my shop, a lot. And we were going through a blade every week with a regular rotary cutter blade. When we stepped up to the endurance blade, we can now go